Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. Coming to you today with a message in regard to socializing with people. What I'm recognizing is as I'm interacting with people, as we deal with what's going on in our government, and not only that, just my own personal interaction with people in regards to religion and politics. I've just come to find that a lot of people are really dealing with a mental illness, and the mental illness is called psychosis. All right, I got this information from the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and we want to deal with this in regards to people not being able to deal with reality when they're interacting with individuals, whether it's in a relationship, like somebody can break up with them, tell them they don't want them anymore, and unfortunately this person, he or she, is sitting at the door waiting for this person to return, and they don't want to deal with the reality that that person is not coming back. And sometimes they try to utilize other people's experience. Well, this person experienced it and he came back, or this person experienced it, she came back. Why do you want to hold on to somebody who don't care anything about you? They don't care anything about you, then why would you want them in your life? You know that you love them, but they're not loving you. And also, why would you vote for somebody who outright has said things that are considered to be prejudice, all right? Also, who is affiliated with individuals that are part of the Ku Klux Klan. Also, the cabinet that's being established is full of, individuals that's affiliated with the Ku Klux Klan that are prejudiced. So why would you, as a melanated person, still vote for somebody who does not have your best interests at heart? I was one of the people too who believed in voting at one time, but the reality is I haven't seen a Democrat, I haven't seen a Republican yet that truly has honestly catered to our people as a whole. And I haven't also seen a president yet that nobody haven't complained about. That's just, reality. All right. And the reality is that we have to do for ourselves. We're adults. We shouldn't be looking for handouts. We should be looking to take care of ourselves. I understand too. And the reality is as well, in some areas, it is very impoverished, and the state level, all right, leadership is not doing their part in regards to what's going on within the communities. All right, I'm talking about like the governors, the state senators, the mayors, the commissioners. All right, so I do believe that they have a role in where the community get their funding from. All right, I do believe in that. Now, this is not to start a prejudice war at all. No, this is about facing reality. And we have to face that red line is real. We have to face that green line is real. We have to face that we are dealing with a systematic system, that unfortunately has individuals in seats that are not fair, that looks at ethnicity, all right? And they're in a position of justice, but they're not being just, all right? So what am I saying? I'm saying that we have to face a reality that this is going on. We have to face a reality that it doesn't make sense to hate somebody because of what ethnicity they are, regardless of that particular ethnic group past history in regards to what they did. It's fair to say that we should still judge a person by their character. All right. So that's a reality. The reality is that every Caucasian person does not believe that we should be slaves. The reality is that every Muslim does not believe in strapping a bomb to themselves or a getting inside of a vehicle, which is called a VBID, which is a vehicle-borne improvised explosive device, and killing everybody else because they believe that Allah is going to give them a reward. No more than those who subscribe to Christianity believe in enslaving people, all right? Or believe in going on a so-called quote-unquote holy crusade and starting to kill people because of their religious beliefs. That's a reality. And unfortunately, these people who have continuously fed their mind with these views have become an issue in society because they don't know how to socialize, because unfortunately they're mentally disturbed because they have these views. If you look up the definition of mental illness, you will see that it also states that it affects your behavior. So I'm going to take you to psychosis, and I want to deal with people who also say that this deity has came and told them that, you shouldn't go against, the president because, he ordained them. I mean, you're mentally ill. Something is mentally wrong with you. I love you, but I got to tell you the truth. Something is mentally wrong with you. When you're talking about, you're hearing voices coming to you, telling you, to sacrifice your child to prove your faith. And, if some voice coming to you telling you to kill somebody and you'll receive paradise, okay? If a voice coming to you and telling you to disassociate yourself from a family member because they don't have the same religious views as you, and that view that they have is that of peace and not of war, or is not immoral or unethical, then you're dealing with a mental illness. All right, and we're going to deal with this. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can view this information from. Okay, I'm getting this information from the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and we're going to go through this definition of psychosis. All right, and this is what a lot of people, unfortunately, are dealing with, is psychosis. All right, and it says most people think of psychosis as a break with reality. This is people who do not know how to deal with reality. People are going to have different views than you. People are not going to agree on your views. And some people will come on your Facebook page. They will impose their views on you. They'll tell you that you're going to hell. They'll condemn you. They'll go out to political gatherings and start beating up people because, they're supporting a particular political figure. All right. You'll have people going out to, unfortunately, homosexual gatherings. They're taking pickets out there. They're beating the people up. Psychologists. These people are psychotic. These people are literally psychotic. It happened in Orlando, Florida, where it was a person that went inside of a homosexual club and they literally started shooting everybody because of their sexual preference. That is very psychotic. And then you got people talking about, oh, God poured out his wrath on these people like in Sodom and Gomorrah and everything else like that. You're mentally ill if you think that somebody should die such a horrible death. That mother has lost her son, all right? That father has lost his daughter. Those family members and friends have lost somebody that they love. And you would literally think that you're mentally stable by making these statements. Something is mentally wrong with you. All right. Psychosis. It says most people think of psychosis as a break with reality, and the way it is. Psychosis is characterized as disruptions to a person's thoughts, okay, and perceptions that make it difficult for them to recognize what is real and what isn't. These disruptions are often experienced as seeing, hearing, and believing things that aren't real, or having strange, persistent thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. While everyone's experience is different, most people say psychosis is frightening and confusing. Psychosis is a symptom, not an illness, and it is more common than you may think. Now check this out. It says it is more common than you think. In the U.S., approximately 100,000 young people experience psychosis each year. As many as 3 in 100 people will have an episode at some point in their lives. All right. Now, this is what I'm dealing with. When you have somebody that goes out there and takes a Bible verse and you start beating people up with these Bible verses and start condemning people, you know, I've heard some brothers in the Hebrew Israelite camp go out there, take a scripture, oh, the Most High, he hated Esau. So you know, God hates. And see, understand this, brother and sister, this is the reason why a lot of people do not like religion. Because so many people have been brainwashed with religion. So many people have taken that book and have done some mentally unstable things to people. All right, have said and have done some unstable things to people. Okay? When you get out there and you pick up snakes, because the Bible said that you shall pick up serpents and don't drink, and if you drink any deadly thing, it shall not harm you. You literally have people out there picking up snakes, drinking deadly things because of what that verse said. This is a sad day where people are taking these things literally and are attacking people and are harming them own selves and following after people that will cause them to harm their own selves. I have a perfect example. I don't know if some of you have heard of David Koresh in Waco, Texas. That wacko in Waco had people killing themselves because they were not mentally stable. They were not using their common sense. And brothers and sisters, I highly encourage you, be very careful about what you subscribe to. Be very careful about how somebody uses biblical verses. It is sad to me when you tell somebody that you don't believe in what they believe in and they want to condemn you. And I'm saying this because I've had numerous people come in my inbox. They come on my posts, all right? And I'm not a Christian, and they want to come on there and they want to impose their beliefs. Were you psychotic? You have a bad case of psychosis if you think that this spirit is coming to you and telling you to condemn me because I don't believe, you know, in what you believe in, all right? Then something is mentally wrong with you. Something is mentally wrong with you. If you don't know how to respect the fact that somebody has a choice to believe in what you believe in, then something is mentally wrong with you. You really need to go get some psychological evaluation. You really do. If you're hating somebody because of what their ethnicity is, that don't make any type of sense. You need some psychological evaluation, especially when you're using a biblical verse and you're going and attacking people because of what their ethnicity is. If you feel like somebody deserves to die because of what their sexual preference is, you have a mental illness. You need some psychological evaluation. You really do. Because they're a human being just like you are. And they don't deserve to be treated that way. They don't deserve to be attacked, to be called all type of names. And it's sad when you don't hate a Caucasian person because of what their forefathers did, and now you're being called a coon. Now you're being called a sellout because you refuse to be fair and to judge a person by their character. That doesn't make any sense. The founders, Bobby Seale of the Black Panthers, and also Huey P. Newton, when you listen to those brothers on YouTube, you listen to their messages like Stokely Carmichael, and you listen to Fred Hampton, them brothers did not teach that. It's a lot of miseducation that's going on today. Just because you believe in building up your people and taking care of your people does not mean that you should take on the posture of hating somebody because of what their forefathers did. No, you teach them how to survive. You teach them how to have confidence in their ethnicity, okay? You teach them how to have confidence that they are able to become scientists, they are able to become mathematicians, they are able to become doctors and lawyers and firemen and policemen. And although they may have faced opposition in certain, counties, I would say, because you got to think about all these other companies that melanated people do work for these companies too. But yet you want to boycott a company that supports us? What sense do that make? We're missing it. You got to check the history of boycotting. They stopped riding the buses because they were told to go in the back of the bus. A lot of people is missing it. A lot of people are missing it. They boycotted the bus system because they were told to go to the back of the bus. Okay, they were on the bus first, but they was told to give up their seat all because of what their ethnicity is. That's why they boycotted the system. Okay? You don't boycott at your job, you know what I'm saying, when you're working around melanated people yourself and you see an interracial group of people that work there and their staff. That's foolish. And you literally have people walking off their jobs doing this foolishness, not understanding the purpose of it. You only boycott, businesses, that are not given equal opportunity. That's affirmative action then. Then you take affirmative action. You don't walk off of your job because of something that a particular politician has done. All right? You got to think about, these things before you make these moves. You really got to study and research these things and hear these teachers for yourself. And this is the reason why I'm saying this, because these people are psychotic. They're psychotic. You're about being unified, but yet you keep calling your brother names. You know what I'm saying? You talking about picking up guns and shooting people. All right? You only attack somebody that's attacking you. You don't go around attacking innocent people because of what a particular person in the ethnic group had did to him. Think about this. What if a Caucasian person was beat up by a melanated person and they came into your neighborhood and they shot your grandmother, they shot one of your loved ones because they had a group of melanated men that beat them up? So they went into your neighborhood and they shot your family who was just sitting in the house, enjoying their meals, sitting out on the porch, or just walking down the street, just enjoying themselves. How would you feel if somebody walked up to your family and slayed your family based on something that somebody else did? That doesn't make any sense. And brothers and sisters, I encourage you, don't get caught up, in this web. Don't be an extremist. Don't take your spirituality to the extreme, where now you're offending people and then you want to say that this spirit is telling you to do these things. This spirit is telling you to give all your money to this ministry and you can't even afford to pay your bills. You can't even afford food on your table, clothes on your back, shoes. That's why you got a job. It's to take care of your needs and your wants. Don't allow these people to brainwash you. Whether it's in the religious arena or the political arena. Peace and blessings. Love you.